Brian Mitchell here. I am with Carlos Gatica, winemaker for Santa Rita Wineries, and we've been working today showing customers the variety of wines from Santa Rita. I'm going to ask Carlos just to tell us a little bit about himself and a little bit about the winery Santa Rita from Chile.
Okay. Actually, I'm a winemaker for Santa Rita since '98. Before that, I was working in a couple of small wineries in Chile, and after I joined Santa Rita, they as a part of my contract, I spent 8 vintages outside, mainly in Spain and France. I've worked in Rhone Valley and also Chablis, southern France, and Campo de Borja in Spain. So actually, I have a big experience working with Mediterranean varietals, the ones that we have in Chile. And about Santa Rita was founded back in 1880, and actually we are the most diversified winery in Chile, having vineyards all through the areas in which it's interesting to have vineyards. And our idea is to produce the most balanced and better quality wines that you can have in Chile. That's roughly our philosophy.
Well, I think we've seen that today. So very quickly, just take us through the 3 levels. We've got the Santa Rita 120s. What is really the idea with those?
The idea with 120 is to have actually a daily drinkable, very easy to understand, appealing wine for everyday consumption. Basically, in Chile and some other countries in the world, usually people drink wine every day, and they need to have a bottle for 1 or 2 days. So the idea is to make it very easy to combine with food, okay, and also to drink and to understand.
And the vineyards that these grapes are being sourced from, they come from specific areas, or?
Actually, what we do with 120 is that we take almost we take grapes almost from everywhere in Chile. So then the idea is basically to have a very stuffed, fruity wine. So we're taking grapes from everywhere in order to have some complexity and some brown softness that we're looking for.
Yeah, well, we've got a lot of nice compliments today working with the Sauvignon Blanc. This wine, to me, comes across with great texture on the body. I just tasted it. You also have nice fruit, and the compliments and the discussions today have been around the fact that it's not really New Zealand style or California or French style. It's kind of got a style on its own, and when we compare that to the Medalla Real, which we'll taste in a second, it's got great balance, like you said, nice minerality, and nice fruit quality. We'll talk about the Merlot in a minute, but let's move on to the next level. The next level in the Santa Rita series is the Reserva. Yeah. Tell us the idea behind the Reservas.
The idea behind the Reserva is show what the varietal will be like in Chile. Okay, so it's our interpretation of each of the varietals. Here we have the Chardonnay and Cabernet Sauvignon.
So again, some nice compliments on this Chardonnay today. Does this wine see any wood? Is it aged in oak at all?
Actually, 30 to 40%, depending on the year, is seeing wood. But it's a mixture between new and old and used barrels. So the idea is to have a little bit the oaky character for that small part, and the rest of the oak we're using is just to find the development, the right development, and the texture that Chardonnay gains in barrels. That's the idea. And then the balance is just stainless steel. So we are looking for having a lot of fruitiness and the complexity of the oak rather than oak overwhelming the wine.
Yeah, you definitely get that. You get the texture of the oak on the palate, but then you have really bright acidity, nice freshness of the fruit. It's a very pleasant one. And the last account that we had stopped at was actually a fish restaurant, and they liked this one very much because they thought it would complement the fresh, oysters and seafood that they're serving on a regular basis. Great. So, and then with the Medalla Real, we're going to taste Sauvignon Blanc. This is the next step up. So tell us a little bit about what this is about.
Actually, Medalla Real can be defined as a terroir wine. What we do with Medalla Real, since we're everywhere, we just decide what would be the best part in Chile to grow Sauvignon Blanc. In this case, is Lleida, the closer vineyards to the sea in Chile, and we make this wine as a very special and unique condition in a very special and unique wine. What's interesting of this wine is it has all the Sauvignon characteristic plus a minerality and a saltiness that reminds you straight away the ocean. It's quite unique.
Well, it's definitely a different style than the 120. The 120 is that little bit brighter fruit expression. Here, it's a little bit more denser texture on the palate. Still bright, still fresh. That salinity that you mentioned coming from vineyards, perhaps that are, because they're located close to the ocean, is definitely there. There is a strong minerality. To me, it's almost reminiscent of some of the South African Sauvignons, where you get that ash and that peat quality in the wines, but definitely more complex and deeper. So, Leda, this comes from Casablanca, and this is a mix of several.
Yeah, everywhere.